Hello, my name is Trista Barantes, and this is a presentation on silvopasture. This presentation will first explain what silvopasture is, its benefits and logistics, barriers and complications to the practice, and lastly, a business spotlight with references provided at the end. So what exactly is silvopasture? It's the integration of trees, pasture, and forage into a single system. The nonprofit organization, Project Drawdown, highlights silvopasture as a land sink. Silvopasture is important considering that all land sinks combined sequesters 26% of human-caused emissions. While silvopasture can be brought into already existing woodlands, we'll focus on incorporating new trees into currently treeless pastures. Project Drawdown researched the potential impact of expanding silvopasture. There's currently 550 million hectares of silvopasture land globally. They ran two scenarios, increasing this number from between 170 to 222 million hectares, using an investment of at most 273 billion US dollars worldwide. They estimated this could sequester between 26 to 42 billion tons of CO2 equivalent just between now and 2050. For perspective, current global emissions are at 50 billion tons annually, but will hopefully decrease as governments work to reduce their emissions. Thus, silvopasture could pose a significant contribution to emissions reductions over time, since any trees planted will keep sequestering carbon. Besides carbon sequestration, there's many other benefits too. Trees help retain water in the soil by absorbing moisture in the air and dripping it down into their root system. Tree roots also play a key role in soil microbial health, positively affecting nutrient quality and production of the surrounding plants and ultimately leading to better nutritional intake for livestock. They also act as an erosion control, protecting the soil in times of high winds and heavy rain. There are also multiple opportunities for income diversification, including crop producing trees and shade-grown crops, harvesting hay from deciduous trees, or selling wood products from actively managing the tree limb growth, or raising turkey or quail, which sleep in trees to avoid predation at night. Finally, the canopy itself provides much needed shade for the livestock. This reduces the likelihood of heat stress to ensure the most optimal meat and dairy yields. Now let's review the logistics or management inputs. Benefits will also be listed here. While it sounds simple, there's more to it than just planting trees and leaving them to grow. Before planting, the soil must be properly amended first. If soil conditions aren't great, a tree may not survive beyond those first few years. You also can't plant just any tree. It must be one that suits the landscape, and no matter which one you plant, it'll definitely require regular maintenance. You wouldn't want to lose livestock due to fallen branches, and if you introduce crop-producing trees, they may need periodic fertilizing. And most importantly, rotational grazing is non-negotiable. This means livestock must be regularly rotated between fields, since each pasture needs time to recover from possible root or soil damage that animals can deal. Rotational grazing also maximizes each section's forage quality and production. Understandably, there are barriers to silvopasture. It requires more management and more labor than treeless pastures. Though profit can be made through diversifying production, the yearly cost of maintenance is more likely to exceed yearly net profit. Existing farms may be hesitant due to this reason, though more might be encouraged if government incentives like subsidies or tax credits existed. Additionally, getting started can be difficult, especially due to unfavorable weather patterns like drought. Until they grow tall enough and develop stronger trunks, young trees will need protection from animals trampling them or eating their leaves. And since trees grow very slowly, it may take decades before farmers and livestock can fully enjoy a tree's benefits. Another factor is specific to crop diversification, since harvesting crops that grow or fall on the ground poses some risk of contamination. Onto our business spotlight. True Grass Farms is a family-owned and operated farm in Marin County. Their primary goal is to regenerate landscapes and restore water cycles by increasing diversity of plants and biological communities. They utilize several sustainable practices, including silvopasture. Here's a look of True Grass Farms in fall of 2020. See that the trees are planted in a line, indicating they'll act as a windbreak as well. Trees, they have wire wrapped around them as protection from deer and livestock. Compared to the last slide, notice that the hills are noticeably brown instead of green. This is because California's 2020 water year was much drier than the years prior. If you look closely in the photos, there's some spots of green near the base of these trees, either weeds or plants deliberately put there. Their survival indicates that the trees are doing their job of retaining water in the soil around them. I offer a quote from the True Grass Farms website. We aim to reestablish the healthy relationship in which humans play a management role that benefits the entire ecosystem. By nurturing unique natural cycles, we in turn are nurtured by the land. Silvopasture is a vital aspect of this relationship of mutual care between humanity and the earth. It just makes plain sense for farmers worldwide to practice silvopasture wherever possible. To wrap up, here are some questions I'll leave you to think about. What type of government incentives might farmers need to implement silvopasture into their operations? And would you be willing to purchase products from farms that use silvopasture? Why or why not? Thank you so much for watching. For your convenience, the next slide will contain a list of sources cited.